My name is Mohan Rao, working with Rashtra Cheneta Janasamakya. It is a national handloom business federation. Since 30 years, we are having the experience who are facing the crisis of the handloom sector. We are supporting them for their rights and to protect the hands. All of we know about the handloom industry is the indicator to the human culture since decades. If you can observe the history, certainly we can agree with the handloom is the good, glorious industry till now. In the year of 1610 year, the first East India Company established in Bandar. Now it is called Machilipatnam. And then 1612 in Surat. And then 1639 and 40, the East India Company established the purchasing centers in Madras and Hooghly. These four centers belongs to the Britain East India Company, particularly to purchase the handloom fabric, whether it is cotton or silk, pure silk. I am requesting you, all the people, to imagine how much credibility is having handloom sector. Up to 1813, in the year of 1813 year, the handloom fabric is exported to the worldwide, mostly Europe countries and London and Britain. Only 10 years, span of the 10 years, it is in 1823, 23rd. Huge quantity of the fabric, mill-made fabric is dumping to the Indian domestic market. It is the beginning of the crisis of the handloom industry in India. Huge number of weavers migrated to one place to another place. In this context, I have to say about the Dhaka muslin. Now it is in Pakistan. At that time, it is including in Indian jurisdiction, geographical indication jurisdiction. Dhaka having the 1,50,000 of active looms at that time, it is declined up to only 20,000 looms within span of the only 10 years period. So the crisis is going, and weavers are facing troubles with the East India Company. Weavers are not able to produce the fabric with their own designs, with their own interest. Not only that, East India Company is imposing which variety they have to make. Now, the same situation is going on. Even though we are having the constitutional safeguards like Handloom Reservation Act, Hand-Carry Obligation Act, even though the powerloom manufacturers are producing these handloom reserve items without any fear, there is no enforcement from the government side. After implementation of the 1985 textile policy, we are all happy when they announced the policy. Within the month, from Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Gujarat, UP, people filed a writ petition against the Handloom Reservation Act. Till 1993, February 3rd, it is kept with the Supreme Court. Without any obstruction, the powerloom owners are producing the handloom reserve items. At the same time, we are facing the yarn crisis. Yarn is the most important like as a aid to the human being to life When the cotton prices is hiking, at that time the yarn prices is also day by day increasing abnormally. There is no restrictions, there is no implementation of the textile control order. Because of that, the private traders are lobbying with the political people and influencing on the officials, so that ultimately weavers are become as victims. At that time, huge number of weavers committed suicides by hanging, by put their head on the railway track and taking some pesticides and fertilizers. The government of India is not taking much interest to implement the Handloom Preservation Act, so that all reserved items is produced by the power looms. It is giving the pain and ruining the handloom sector totally in India, particularly in South. It is AP, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Karnataka. Why I am saying this important point? The culture is more important to the handloom sector. It is the coexistence relationship between the culture and handloom sector. The government of India before independence in the year of 1921, they constituted a committee, it is Royal Commission on Agriculture Taxes. When the officials goes to the villages to inquire about the prices of the agriculture sector, before entering the village, they are listening the sounds of the handloom. They are hearing the handloom sound, tak tak tak. Each village consisting with the handloom and protecting the rural economy. It gives the good strength after agriculture. The same Royal Commission reported to the government to pursue the matter. And sector is very deep crisis, in a very deep crisis, so that government should do something. After that, fact finding committee in the year of 1941, then Sivaraman committee in the year of 1974, they are all committees reported to the government to implement the reservation. Based on the culture, we are having the different cultures, customs in regional wide. If you can go to Tamil Nadu, all the people wearing the dhoti. If you can go to the Andhra, all the people can wear the lungi. The same dhotis are wearing in Kerala also. Sari culture, wearing the sari is total Hindu culture. It is not a restriction anyway in Hindu culture. So, Eastern states culture is also different, maybe. According to their customs, they are wearing and producing their own according to their needs on the loom since centuries. Particularly in Kerala area, in the year of 1640, in Kerala, nearby this place, 8 kilometers of distance, it is called Vatupalli Vodari. From there, handloom fabrics exported to the abroad, in America, for America, London, through Burma. Same time, where the Negro Jati is living, their traditional customs when they died, to cover the dead body, they are using the real Madras handkerchief. Why it is called as a real Madras handkerchief? It is RMHK. It is a traditional production from the Vettapalam center. Motupalli belongs to the Vettapalam mandal. Motupalli is very close to that place within the distance of 3 kilometers only. Now, total culture is changing in India, in regional wide also, and customs also changing day by day. And the rural areas are also going to the urban culture. They are changing into the urban culture. That's why wearing the sari and dhoti and other handloom fabric is also decreasing. But unfortunately, changing the climate is also helping for marketing as a whole. Here we can understand the changing the atmosphere also helping to the handloom sector. Why it is happening? The climate is temperature is increasing. The monsoons is also not coming properly. These are all factors we protect the handloom sector, and till now it is live. Even though people are supporting, there is no public policy from the government. That's why the viewers are deep crisis and facing in the manner of wages as well as the health problems also. Lakhs of people are not having any shelter, even though they are weaving, their loom is under the shelter or shed. Government of India announced so many schemes. Varshikam housing scheme, health insurance scheme, and other PF like thrift fund savings scheme. Now, since 2004, there is no budget allocations for these schemes implementation. Without budget, there is no possibility to implement the schemes. Who are depending on handloom sector, who are living in the rural area, who are facing the health problems and are not able to take out the food. So, we are humbly requesting all the people worldwide, national wide, please support the handloom fabric, please wear the handloom and give one day meal for purchasing one sari or one lungi or one shirt or any fabric of the handloom. Give solidarity to the handloom weavers, peaceful movement. Thank you.